continue to not be first?
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Conor McGregor for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Dillon Danis. Dillon, how are you keeping? You good?
Yeah, man, feeling good. Are you in your bedroom?
Nah. It's like a sunroom in my house. I'm in Ireland, so it's a little bit later in the day than where you are. So the sun's
part of
going down.
Ireland?
Belfast. You ever been?
Belfast? No, I've never been. I know Game of Thrones was filmed there, so it's cool.
It
Always
was.
wanted to go. I was like, I'm like fucking a hostage situation. It was like a mugshot or something.
Talk to me about this hat that you're wearing. Leo DiCaprio paid for it.
You know what that means. I don't have to say it.
I'll start off.
Too much, you know what I mean? I'm up to fucking my eyeballs in lawsuits, so but you know what the hat means.
How's preparation for this fight been? Has it been affected by this whole lawsuit situation?
I think for sure. I think it's something I think that's why he did it. It's an annoyance. It's people in the gym. There's people. I have to be on phone calls all day with the lawyers. There's just a bunch of bullshit. And then they doxed my address. So I had people showing up at the gym trying to record, paparazzi, people swatting my apartment. Yeah, it's just a nuisance, but it's what he does. You know, this is what him and Jake do. They try to do everything to try to affect you mentally, which is fine because I'm affecting him mentally. So he's trying to get back at me. It is what it is. I don't really care though.
A lot of people have been made about Logan saying that you maybe don't have the striking ability. But do you feel that Logan has the striking ability? Do you feel that he is as good as what he's making out inside the ring?
I don't think so. I think he has a bunch of yes men around him. I think he is not good. I just think he has guys in the gym that tell him he's good because he's paying them, you know. And when guys say no to him, he fires them and makes them sign NDAs so they can't talk. I guess we're gonna find out at this time. I mean, 2 weeks left. We're gonna find out, right? We're gonna see who has the hands, and I think I have the upper hand.
What weaknesses does Logan Paul have that you feel that you can exploit in the ring on October 14th?
I think he's very pushy with his punches. I think he's gonna gas. Like you know, there's steroids that he's on. It's not gonna hold up. You can't put steroids in your chin, so he's not gonna be able to hold up with my pressure and my willingness to win. You know, I have a very decorated background in like competitive sports, you know, like jiu-jitsu and MMA, and I'm a winner, you know. He's not a winner, so he's gonna see out there when I'm not gonna give up, and he's gonna be fucking gasping for air, and he's gonna be under deep water. So I'm excited. It'll be easy.
Is there gonna be drug testing for this fight?
Yeah, but this is the bullshit that they're doing. Like now he's like, oh, let's do a drug test because you know how this works. They do it during a cycle, during their training camp. And now he wants to do it at the end, like a piss test that he knows when it's coming. And he's a multimillionaire. It's very easy to get your body cleaned or to pass a piss test when you know. The reason that USADA or VADA works is because it's random testing. So I don't know when it's coming. You know what I mean? That's why it's so effective in the UFC. That's why guys get busted. That's why guys hide when the people come. So for him to say, oh yeah, we're doing drug testing. No, that's not drug testing. That's the easy path. Like that's why back in the day in the UFC when they had those piss tests, everybody was hot. You know, so the random drug testing is what is the real shit.
We've heard Conor McGregor say at the weekend that he wasn't able to join your camp for this fight. Will he be there on fight night?
I'm not sure yet. We've been talking back and forth, but I would assume so. I'm not sure. He has a lot going on, obviously, but maybe, I don't know. But he was definitely, I mean, not involved directly in the camp, like certain weeks, but I trained with him a lot for this fight. Like before the fight was announced, we were training in New York for almost a month together. It was just hard with the timing because I had a kid and then I think he was in France. Then I had the press conference and it was just so much going on, you know. But he keeps talking to me daily, you know, just because he's not training with me physically, he's always there helping me mentally. So he's always with me.
He did say that he believes you've had a good camp. Have you had a good camp? How has it been in the gym, and how do you feel that your preparation has been for Logan Paul?
You know what's weird about boxing? It's so easy that you feel you're not doing anything. And I had this like weird thing because I used to train so hard for jiu-jitsu and like it's so hard on your body and MMA is so hard on your body. Boxing is just different. Like, and I think Artem said this when he was in a fight, Paulie Malignaggi, like this is easy. Like, what am I doing? He would go and do like crazy cardio workouts because he's like, boxing is just so easy. So that's one thing that I deal with. That's like, this is so different from what I'm used to, like fucking shin bones to the head and kicking and, grappling is so tiring and doing all that stuff. So it's like when you focus on one thing, especially when it's just boxing, it feels easy, to be honest. And I have to deal with that mentally because sometimes I'm like, why is this so easy? But then I'm like, I'm training hard.
You said that the legal battle with Nina has kind of altered your preparation a bit. It's affected you in certain ways. Is that legal
Maybe
battle
mentally
still?
in a way, because it pisses me off because I'm not getting any back end, and this fight would not be talked about if it wasn't for me. And it's like I feel like I'm working for the fucking big man or something like that. Like, it's fucked up for him to try to bankrupt me and do all these lawsuits like he's saying he's trying to do when I'm making this fight huge. Is the reason that he picked me because he said that, oh, I'm gonna make a lot of noise. Okay, but you can't make enough, like you can't make too much noise. So it's bullshit. He's the first fighter to sue another fighter in a fight buildup. So he broke the record for that. I don't know how that works, but it's fucking bullshit. He can't control the narratives. That's when he sues. He's like a Karen.
What stage is the legal battle at? And is it maybe not beneficial for you to have this fight because all of your money from that you're earning from the fight is going to be spent
Yeah,
on the
trust
legal
me,
battle?
it's gone through my head. It's gone through my head for sure. Like Chael Sonnen was like, you should pull out because, or he drops a lawsuit. So, but no, the thing is, it's just, at this point, I just want to fucking break his face, and then deal with it after. But definitely, it is. I feel like he's doing this for me not to fight, because for me to beat him, it ruins his career. So he's doing all this stuff on purpose. If he really cared about his wife or his fiance or whatever she is and all this stuff, he would have sued me after the fight, you know. So he wouldn't have any kind of excuses, He's just looking for a way out and then to try to put it on me. But it's fucking bullshit. I made this fight. This fight's bigger than KSI and Tommy. Everybody says it. This whole card is built on me. It's sold out in like 9 minutes. And the whole crowd's gonna be on my side. This whole buildup is on me. People that don't watch fighting know about this. There's a bunch of people that tell me, like, I have my grandma, people that don't watch even MMA or boxing or anything asking about this because it's on CNN talking about like this whole thing. So like, it's fucked up what he's doing, to be honest. Are we partners in this or not? Not like partners in the sense of like we're friends, but when you're in the fight business, we're both trying to sell the fight. That's the whole point. This is entertainment. It's prize fighting.
What reception are you expecting from the UK fans?
I think they're going to be on my side. I think they're definitely going to be on my side. I think everybody hates Logan and they're seeing him, the true person that he is. I exposed every single part of his whole life, basically, and how much of a scumbag he is. So I expect him to be on my side. I don't know how the hell his fiance can get through that fucking arena. It's going to be insane.
Is she going to be at the fight?
Yeah, that's what they said. They'll probably have her hiding somewhere so she's not getting with guys during the fight or something like that.
In terms of you and your career, you've really built this up well. Like you said, you've sold this basically by yourself, this fight against Logan.
And that pisses me off too, is that no one ever gives me credit for that. It's very hard to stay relevant when you're not fighting. It's an art. And people don't ever give me credit for that. Like it's fucked up. But like my friend Peter Queeley gives me credit where he says, like, look, people should study what Dillon's doing. There's fighters that fight every single month that don't have the attention that he has, and I do this all by myself. I don't have a team behind me. I don't have all this. So I went through 2 knee injuries and I had to stay relevant. I don't want to just die off. It's very hard to do. And like, no one ever gives me credit for that. So that's the only thing that like bothers me, but it is what it is.
Logan has been quite quiet, but then you had the face to face. You sat down in front of him.
That's the shit that with Logan too. It's like, this is what you do. This is your whole thing. This is you and Jake's thing. Let's promote the fight. Let's fucking build it. Let's make it a spectacle. And now he's not doing shit. I'm doing everything. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we're supposed to have fun with this. Let's make it a fight. Half of this influencer, whatever you call this shit boxing, is the entertainment part of it. And he's shit at doing it. All his shit is boring. It's stupid. It's like cheesy. And yeah, I don't know. It's just that was the whole point of this fight. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm not gonna be telling my son when I fought Logan Paul. I'm gonna be telling him about the world championships I won. So this is more about money and more about like the entertainment side and entertaining the fans and making a big ass show and making it a spectacle. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
What did you see in his eyes when you sat across the table?
I saw an actor. I literally was not intimidated at all. Like, I've been around real fighters. Like, I've been around people that you're like, okay, fuck, like this guy, he was drinking vodka out of his prime bottle. If you look at the color of the bottle, the bottom. It wasn't prime, and people put like a study on it because he was like, so it was so funny because people always give me shit like, why in the beginning were you not as like crazy? Because they like the time difference in New York. So in New York, I usually go to bed at like 1, 2 in the morning. So over there, it's like 6 a.m. and I couldn't sleep because I was just jet lagged and I just got there and like so they woke me up and there they were like, oh, you're gonna go do a photo shoot. And I'm like, just fucking, they want to give me coffee because they thought I was gonna throw it. They want to give me anything. So I'm just like dead. So I get in there and he just comes in like coked out, fucking screaming, like his eyes are like this, and like he's just like it was like talking to like George Clooney. It wasn't a real fighter, it was just like an actor. He was putting on like a performance, he was screaming, doing this. And every time I would make a good point or say something to him, he would just kind of defer to something else, It was just bullshit. But seeing him in the eyes actually made me more confident because he's just fake. It was like he was putting on a mask in his eyes, basically, He was drinking because he was nervous. He was nervous. He made sure that I had no one in the room. He brought 30 guys. He had all these props. I couldn't have anything in my hand. I had to check my pockets. He had a prime bottle. So he's scared of me, and I know that. So it's going to show in the ring.
Did it bother you that he put out that clip of you acting nervous, and then when we actually watched it back, that wasn't how it really looked?
Yeah, but that's fight buildup, And it didn't bother me, but I thought, I was like, what the fuck? What is this, But that's fight buildup, That's what he's doing to entertain, I guess, and it is what it is. But the people saw the real thing, so it just made him look stupid, I think. And like all the stuff that he is suing me for defamation and all this, I could sue him back for it, technically. Like him calling my mom a prostitute, she could sue him, okay? Because Nina's suing me for saying she has HIV. So what does he want? A suing battle? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? You get to punch me in the face, I get to punch you in the face. Let's go settle it like men. But he's a woman. Sorry.
Anthony Kaylor, the last time that you seen him was in Austin, Texas. He's on this card. Do you believe that there'd be any sort of back and forth there?
Look at this. Look at this. Me and Anthony Taylor. Right? I never sued him. He broke my boy's nose or whatever. Whatever. We got into our scuffle, right? Never sued him. Nothing. I never went to mams and said, "Hey, don't let this guy on the card." I'm a real man. You know what? Fuck it. But it is what it is. And I think he respected that. I didn't open the message. He sent me a message saying like, I want to squash a beef and say that I respect you because the way you handled it or something. I didn't open it. But like that's just like, we're fighters. Anthony Taylor's not so much of a fighter, but at least he has a little bit of fighter in him. So he understands that, like, you respect, well, game respects game in a sense, I never went out and said, oh, like, imagine what Logan would do. So that's all I'm saying. And Anthony Taylor, the reason I didn't even try to engage him that time is because I knew that what he was trying to do, and I'm too popular. So I didn't want to give him the satisfaction. So I was walking away from him, and that's when he punched me in the back of the head, and then that whole thing happened. So, but I'm used to that now. Everybody's just trying to make a name off me, and he got like almost 7, or I think it was like 400K followers after that. That was his most viral moment. It is what it is. I'm used to street fights. It's not a big deal.
How does this end between you and Logan on October 14th?
I see it ending in a couple ways. I see him either quitting in the ring, taking a knee and bowing down, or the towel gets thrown in, or a KO. I don't know. I can't see him staying in there with me that long. I really can't. I think he's going to come out tentative, and I'm going to come out. I don't want to give too much of my game plan away, but I just see him quitting. He's not a real fighter. He's a fake WWE actor, And when he sees my toughness and my will to win, it doesn't matter if it's boxing or what it is, jiu-jitsu. I've been doing martial arts since I was 15. He's going to see, when someone is not just laying there, or I'm not 155-pound, 49-year-old man, So I just see him quitting, and I can't wait.
If Logan Paul's watching this video, do you have a message for him ahead of October 14th?
I mean, we're 2 weeks away. His message is going to be in the ring, so I don't have anything to say to that loser. He's a fucking bum. Go fucking hit up your lawyer or some shit. You're not a real fighter. You shouldn't be in this fucking real boxing, whatever we're doing. You shouldn't be close to even boxing or fighting or MMA or anything, He's not built for this, and it shows.
Final one from me, Dillon, before I let you go. KSI fights Tommy Fury on the same card. How does that go?
Tommy Fury kills him. I think Tommy Fury either beats him by a unanimous decision or ends up stopping him.
Dillon, Danis, thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Meet you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.
You to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. right? The bouncer's girlfriend.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.